Okay, so this is the review of your book. Okay, I first of all, this title. Okay, this title, I feel like it is too. It doesn't really call people. You understand? So I don't know if we can do something about this and make it more attention grabbing. Because when you say your first online business in 90 days, um, who is it? Who are you talking to? You understand? So it doesn't spark curiosity, or it doesn't spark some kind of some earnest for somebody to pick it, or for somebody to know this is. So speak it doesn't talk too much about somebody going for it, to me. Yeah. So if we can do something about the title, if you still think this is great, we can go with it. Okay, since this is the first product, you can do some A/B testing with it. Okay, you can do A/B testing with it. It's all about you being able to convince people to pick it up. You understand? Okay, so to me, if there's something we can do about the title, otherwise it's cool. Just go with it. Your first online business in 90 days. Okay. Otherwise, we have to find a better punchline for this. Okay, beginner friendly framework. That takes you no. Beginner friendly framework for who? You understand? Your beginner framework. You should specify who this is going to be. Because if you say beginner framework for that takes you from a stack and scattered to structured and earning. You've not actually directed it to anybody. So let's find a better way of framing this to go with the book. Okay. All right. Looking at your editing, I can see from the beginning here you have done great. Okay, but what I see is you are mixing British English with American English. Okay, you have to be very careful about that. I think it is the settings on your PC. You have to make sure, if you are using US English, make sure it is US English. If it is American English, try as much as possible to do American English. Okay, so this neighbor, okay, neighbors, this is American English, and this is US English. This is British, and then this is America. You understand? So I don't know if I don't want to make any changes here. If you like your British, that's fine. You can go ahead with the British. Otherwise, just change it to US. Mostly people like reading with the US with regard to this online content and stuff like that. So it depends, whatever way you want. And then this blank page, this is not this page is okay. So this page is not supposed to be here. Okay, this page is not supposed to be here. So let me delete it. So page 6 is not supposed to be there. Gone. Okay, then week 1. Okay, so okay, I like the arrangement that you have done here, this being a different color and this being another color. But one thing I want you to be aware is that these colors coding that you are using, it should go with your branding. Okay, make sure it goes with the branding so that you are still building your brand. So make sure you go with your brand. Pick colors that are associated with you. All right. Okay, so as you can see, this text over here, this text, it looks so crumpled. You understand? I can see that it is some kind of process. I can see 1, 2, 3. So make sure the numbers show well so that it becomes very easy for people to read. Okay. One thing about this editing is that if you use AI to do this kind of editing, it makes the Kindle readers, okay, most of these people who are going to read these books online or with electronics, they usually don't read it from the screen. They use an app to read it. So if you don't edit it well, you realize that if the app or if the program is reading, the robot is reading, it reads with no full stop, the punctuations become very difficult. So if the person is listening, he or she doesn't know doesn't actually get a clue of what you are saying. Okay, so make sure you put these punctuations well, and then use the full stops, the spaces, and all that pretty well, so that when the robot is reading and it gets to a full stop, it will stop and then start the new statement for it to know that, for the person who is listening to know that, okay, this is how the process is done. Okay, so try and separate them like I have done over here, so that it will be very easy for the Kindle reader apps to read it. You understand? You see, because some of this is if you don't do it really well, reading it will become like the robot will read it completely without knowing where it's supposed to stop and where it's supposed to break and stuff like that. So that is why. And if the person is also reading like in the screen like this, okay, when they see it bulky all around like this, it makes it very difficult and not appealing to read. So they read to some certain extent and then they stop. But if you try to put white spaces inside, okay, when they see the text are not being plenty, it makes them it makes the whole book or the whole write-up very easy to read or very welcoming to read. Okay, so this, when you get to space like this, you have to put a space here so that this and this will, separate themselves. Try to keep white spaces within the text so that your text will, even though there's a lot for you to read, you realize that if you, now let me show you something. If I put this one here like this, okay, you see that the whole text from here up to here, the person seeing something like this will become a whole lot for it. But if I separate it, okay, this becomes 3 lines, this becomes 3 lines, and then because of the space, it makes it very, I can finish this one, I can finish this one, then the person becomes welcoming to read. Okay, you can compare this right up over here to what I have done. Even this one is, I think this one is more plenty than this one. Okay, but if you look at this, you realize that this is a lot of text over here to read. And when the reader sees it this way, whether it is human or whether it is robot, they try to crumple all together with no full stop, with nothing, then they will just read all in one, and then it becomes very confusing. You don't even know what it is saying. You understand? So try and keep white spaces. Okay, it makes the book very long, but it's also very appealing. It's better for people to read the book than to have a very clumsy thing that it becomes very difficult to read. So for this one, for instance, I can put a space here like this. So this one will become single, or you can put another space here so that this heading will remain, so that it tells the person that, okay, so this is what Immaculate did, and then this is what has actually went on. You understand? Then the two, you separate it here a bit. Okay, you make this one to a bit so that it becomes more easy to read. You understand? If you do it this way, it makes it very easy and welcoming to read. But if you put all of them together, it makes it very difficult. Understand? Okay, this one, the space here and here should have been more, but it's not. I'm not able to separate this one. Okay, anyway, so you just put a space from this and this, D4, put a space. See, that is why I was telling you your book is long, because right now you get plenty. If you edit it this way, now if you see, if I do it this way and then I scroll it, you realize that it doesn't look so bunchy. You understand? It doesn't look so too texty because of the white spaces that you have introduced. Now, if you look at this here and then you look at this here, you realize this one becomes too much to read. But if you go up here, you realize that this one is a bit more easier to read. Okay, I think I have to even separate this one. Where's the full stop? Nigerian, Kenyan. Okay, so this seems to be a very long sentence. Okay, so this is okay. Or you can reduce this one like this, yeah, so that it doesn't make the whole too clumsy. Okay. So please take your time and do a good job. Your book is actually a very good. You've really done well with the creation of the text, which is, but it has left with the editing. Okay, take your time and do the editing so that it becomes a very well structured. I don't know if I'm using Microsoft Word to do this editing, so you can also use it, or you can use Google Docs to do that. It's all the same, but I feel comfortable using Microsoft Word to do this kind of editing. Then from here, you can see this one, this D5, and now is separate them. Okay, so that it becomes very welcoming to read. Let the person who is reading knows that he or she has gotten here. Because if you don't separate them, it makes the whole thing look like, okay, I'm reading, just reading. No, you are teaching somebody. So let the person know, okay, I have reached this place, so I am going here. But right now, if you put this one here, and the person is reading, after reading this, you just start this way, and it makes the whole thing clumsy in the mind. So put a space so that the person will rest, and then know, okay, consuming it will become bit by bit. You understand? Let me use the word bit by bit, little by little. Kakan kakra. You understand? So you see, if you look at this, it's too clumsy. Then it becomes so uncomfortable to read. Okay, so it's just like writing a blog post. If you are writing a blog post, you try as much as possible to keep white spaces within it so that it becomes very easy to consume. Okay, all right, so this is exactly what you're supposed to do for your editing aspects. Okay, I've done up to, I think, page 10. My idea up to page 10 for you, so you can continue the rest just the way I'm doing it. Put some white spaces inside and let it separate itself, so that, and correct these errors, this space errors and stuff, so that it becomes easy for those readers, Kindle readers, to read. Okay, so that is good. I think I have already read this book from the time I don't know if you have done any editing. I'll go back there and check if there has been any editing again, so that I'll see what you have done. Okay, so from here you end the part over here. Please don't put another white space here. Okay, don't put another white space. Just delete this page from there. So this. So this is phase 2, right? Okay, so this is phase 2. So let me delete this page. Okay, so this is page 2, build. Okay, so this page 2, instead of saying build, you can say building, because so that it becomes present. Okay, build means you are building a product or a business or something. So, but I like the way you have, bring it to the center, which is day 16 to 45. Okay, so the book is structured, well structured, so it's nice. It's okay, very, very teachable. You can use it to teach, but like I said, the spaces is something that you have to do. Okay, work on that. And just like the way, so basically the editing aspect is what you need to do with the book. Okay, the editing aspect is what you have to take your time and then go through and do it. If you do it that way, it will make the book very comfortable to read. And also your header, this text over here, this text, okay, it's okay to leave a header and a footer, which is down here. Now you have your link over here, and then you have the book name or the book title over here with still which is a brand that you are building. So this is very good. But one thing about this, what I will advise you to do is that don't just put the names over here. Try to put your links, okay, your WhatsApp link, your channel link, your page link, Facebook page, and all that. Okay, put them in so that it becomes it's like you are building an audience, so you don't give the chance away. When people are reading, you don't have to wait until they get to the bottom of the book before they can join the channel or the community. Try convincing them, even whilst they are reading, once a while, then you remind them there's a place that they can go and then consume more of this material. So your website, your Facebook page, your WhatsApp channel, okay, try and introduce into the book so that it becomes some kind of advert for yourself. You understand? So that people will join. The least time they get to read the book, they have access to wherever they can contact you. You understand? Yes. So that is one thing too you should also do. Okay. Sometimes at the end of the part like this end of part, this end of that should come to the top. Okay. This should come somewhere here. Okay. So it looks like it's supposed to be on the next page. Okay. I thought it is start. Okay, so continue to part 2. This side, after that, you have your link over here. Make it a link so that people can click on it. Okay. Make it a link. Copy your link. Go to your website. Copy your link. Highlight this one, and then right click on it like this, and then say hyperlink. Okay. So when you select hyperlink, you put the address over here, your phone, your website link over here, and then you say okay. So when people are reading and they go here, this one will be highlighted. When it will be something they can click on it. When they click on it, it takes them to your website. Okay, so that they will have access to your content, your materials, and whatever it is. We are going to build this system in such a way that All these books can even be downloaded from your website homepage, or you are going to create a page where all these books are going to be stocked there. So whilst people go to your website, they'll have access to these books and all the materials that you are going to create. You understand? So you should, embed them in the book, just because from the initial stage, so that it doesn't become like those people who buy the book or who take the book at the initial stage will not have access to the. Okay, so this is the part 2, but the title is here, and the part 2, this one is too small, so make this one big, like this one, so that otherwise I was confused. I was beginning. I have jumped to the first page again, or what? So this is just the first page that we are showing here. So make it visible. Make the part 2 visible instead of making the whole title visible over here. Let it be the part 2 big, so that the person will know. It doesn't confuse the person, just like it just confused me. I have to check this side before I know I am still within the. So I was like, oh, what happened? I've just jumped to the page 1 again. Okay, so make the part 2 visible. Make it big. Okay, so go. Okay, so the launch, from the build you go to the launch. Okay, all right. Okay, so you see this one, the way you have even separated it, you see this one, it looks more appealing to read. Okay, so something like this, it makes it very nice to read. So put that white space in it, and the colors that you have chosen, make sure it goes with your branding. Don't choose any other color, because it's okay. Just that's nice. So I'm not going to do so much with your here, because I'm going to read the book and then give you if there's anything. But I can see that there are no links. It doesn't show any link to your pages and other things. So do well, and then put in your links, so that it will become very comfortable and drive traffic to your website as well, for them to come and consume your one thing about this is, if people are able to click and then they know you have a base, okay, in Army, like you have a base where a station place that they can come to you and then find certain stuff about you, it makes you to have that kind of authority. It builds credible, and then it makes you authority. You know what you are doing. That is simply how it means, that people will know that you know what you are doing, and you are not just there trying to make money from people. No, you are really helping. So when they see that you have a web page where they can consult you, you have your WhatsApp channel where it is always there's some news coming up, you put data or you put content over there, it makes them trust you. It makes them knows that you are doing what you are, you know exactly what you are doing. Okay, so try and then do that for the book. Okay, all right, so now from here I can see that, okay, yeah, so systemize. Okay, systemize. Okay, so this is exactly documented on the 76. Okay, you've done well by breaking down on a daily basis, or if people can pick this payment receive and confirm in a financial tracker. Okay, so that's good. So what you have to do is at the end here, at the end of the book, make sure people will reach you. So put a little about where they can get to you, if there is any anywhere they can get. Okay, I'm not sure I didn't see you making them know that there's a workbook. I don't know, maybe if I start reading I will know that, but I've not seen any title that shows that there's a workbook with this book. Okay, yes, I've not seen anything like that. Know what you have. You just started going. You didn't show us that you have a workbook that goes with this. So please do that exactly at the beginning, how to use this book. This book maybe comes with a workbook which it demonstrates, or it gives you a practical view of how to put this thing into practice with a walkthrough or a step-by-step processes. You understand? So if there's a workbook, then this kind of demonstrations should maybe go into the workbook rather. Okay, so that it becomes like exactly what Immaculate has done in the workbook. You understand? So, or if you have put in it here, then there's no need for you to use the workbook. Okay, so then let's just use this, because what Immaculate has done over here is just the same as what the reader is also going to do. Well, look at it and copy it. So it is two things. You either keep it here and then make it one like this, or you keep the I am not able to open the workbook. I'm not able to open this workbook. The workbook is not opening, so I don't know what is inside. Let me see. Yes, I can't open the workbook, so maybe I have to find another way. I don't know why WhatsApp is misbehaving like this. When people send me this one self, what I went through before be able to. The book itself, the PDF, this one opens all right, but the workbook, it doesn't open, and the Word format too, it doesn't open. I have to go through a whole process before I was able to retrieve it. So I'll check if I can get access to the workbook as well, then check it. But for the meantime, just do those changes that I have shown you, and then make it well. This is not the end, okay? Okay, so in this case, if this is not the end, how do we continue from here? You have to continue by driving them to your community, where you build them, where you train them, where you guide them. You understand? You have to have a place for that. So when people are able to reach to this level, they just join and then they continue from there. Okay, this is not just putting it out there. This is also to call people to whether your website or whether your academy or whatever channel that you want them to join. Okay, so it's not just a book that you are giving it away. You are giving it to them so that they will be able to come to wherever you are. So please, let's do that quickly, and then make sure everything is concluded. Okay. All right. So I'm going to read and then see if there's any comment I will make on the tone, the writing style, and other things too. I will let you know. Okay. All right.